Okay. Got my cords tangled here a little. Welcome back to the final video I'm going to be uploading in this year. Of course, it has to be a roundup video. I already did my top 5 EPs of 2025. And we also checked out my Spotify Wrapped and my top 50 most streamed songs of this year. So the only thing left to do, of course, is list my top 5 albums. My glasses are crooked as hell. Just want to quickly go over each one and explain to y'all why I fuck with them so much and why they stand above the rest of all the music that I heard, at least, that came out this year when it comes to full-length LPs. This list is not in order, just like the top 5 EPs. I don't like ordering shit unless it's songs, maybe. I think I have a healthy little blend, eclectic blend here when it comes to my top 5 list. And we can just get right into it, bro. How much else to say? Let's get into this first one. So, if you're in tune to the mainstream landscape when it comes to music, this shouldn't be a surprise to you. Everybody fucked with this album, claimed it was his best after a 15-16 year long career. You feel me? And it's the album that it's the final album he's dropping under the moniker he's under right now. I don't know why I'm just not saying his name. It's Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. Dropped at the top of this year, January 31st. The final album under the moniker The Weeknd. I assume in the future he's going to be dropping stuff under his real name, Abel Tesfaye. There it is. But yeah, this album is pretty fucking incredible. It's his magnum opus, dare I say. It's the world building to this thing is so immaculate. It's the synth pop landscapes created through this album are a force to be reckoned with, for real. I think his singing is super sweet. I mean, it's The Weeknd, come on. So his singing is obviously going to be top notch. But the performances as a whole, I especially fuck with on this album. I'm not too familiar with Bro's stuff. I listen to it passively. But it definitely is my favorite album he's dropped this far. And the other LP that might be in contention is After Hours. But the thing with After Hours is just a banger for banger style album. It has some elements of world building to it, but when it comes to actually like a track list that makes sense, as well as just making that world as large as you can, Hurry Up Tomorrow has it beat. More songs and just a more wide variety of sound palettes. You feel me? In terms of production. So, I'm going to say Hurry Up Tomorrow, yes, is his best album, even though After Hours, they might be neck and neck if we're going song for song. But yeah, I think The Weeknd generally switching to this synth pop 80s throwback sound, even though he did so much more on this album, I think that did his style wonders, you know? I know he's an alt R&B figurehead, but I think his true calling is definitely synth pop. He proved that to me here. And he had the whole mainstream music industry follow after him and do it to a more inferior standard. So bro's a GOAT for that for sure. And yeah, I kind of get some low-key, but very low-key Michael Jackson vibes from his performances as well. I just want to say that. Nothing in comparison to the greatest of all time, of course, but sometimes I think it's his natural voice as a whole, and he can't do anything about it. But who wasn't influenced by MJ? In terms of favorites, Cry For Me is pretty fucking good. I hope this shit doesn't get strike, bro. I need to really... I can't play too much of the music out. Love the Groove. Brazilian funk inspired. So there's another one as well that delves into that a little more. And this is like the lead single, right? Oh, Timeless is obviously bigger. Sao Paulo. Okay, yeah. But this is the lead single, like spiritually. I feel like it's the second song off the thing. Sao Paulo, incredible song, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. It takes a while to get going, but then once bro starts softly harmonizing over the Brazil basses, right there, bro. It's so hard. It's so hard. And then just the ends is probably Mike Dean, which shout out to Mike Dean, by the way, as well as 10 Tricks Point Never. That's the nigga that also really worked with The Weeknd, I think with his last few albums as well. And the engineer I want to shout out as well. Whoever engineered this album is a fucking genius. I've never heard so much clarity in music before in my life, honestly. This is the best engineered album I've ever heard. I can definitively say that. This is my favorite though right here. Baptized in Fear. It dropped, I think, a night ahead of the entire album. Bro uploaded it to YouTube. Just a gorgeous, progressive synth pop song. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna skip to the hooks a little. It's just so tough. Y'all definitely have to go check it out on your own. But one thing I do want to actually feature in this video is this song transitions into the next one. Look how epic this is. It's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy. I wish I could show more. Was it giving up on me? Nah. Thing is, when I listen to full albums, I don't pay attention to track lists. Timeless I like. A lot of people refuse to listen to this because it's AI, but most people don't know that it's not AI in the sense of what they think. It's a dude rapping that, and he put an AI voice filter on his voice to make himself sound like Cardi. So that's what that is. And I honestly, I can listen to a song. I don't, the only problem I have with it is Cardi himself isn't doing anything on the song. That's the only reason I have a problem with this song using AI, because he's passing it off as if he did the performance, but it's not like the voice itself is AI. So let's get that misconception out the way. It's a good song. And shout out to the ghost writer and the nigga that actually recorded it. Red Terror is kind of menacing. The way it starts, bro. This is right up my alley. Then moved to the city. 8 months we were pregnant. It's kind of dark. Everything remains. This ending, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. Exactly how it was. These kinds of stabs, I die for, bro. Honestly. Yeah. Yep. That is Hurry Up Tomorrow. Very good album. Check it out if for whatever reason you haven't yet. I think bro is still the #1 guy with the most monthly listeners. Number 3 is probably, yeah. I'm not even trying to speculate who else it is. Okay. Enough of that album. Let's get into the second one. Which one do I want to do? Do I want to do it in this order? Yeah, why not? Fuck it. This is an album. I forgot how I got put onto this. I think it might have been a homie reposting a song and me loving the song and then me checking out the album because of it. This album is fucking mystical. It feels like you're in fairy tale land almost. That's how pretty it is. I consider it to be a ambient dance pop. That's what I like sum this album up to be if I had to put a genre label or categorize it. And yeah, the vocals are so delicate as well across this thing. I just love the melodies that she does with her voice. That sounds weird. Why did I say it like that? I love the melodies that she hits as well as the production, which she did all the way through. maybe got a couple collaborators, but she's behind the production of this. Let me make my voice smaller. It is Choke Enough by Oklou. I initially thought you pronounced her shit Oklou, but that doesn't make sense because her name is Mary Lou. There we go. Yeah, this album's beautiful. It's wonderful, bro. Just the ambient synth passages, the melodic lines. Where should I even start, dog? Like, as soon as I hear shit like this, I'm hooked. You know what I'm saying? The collab songs are actually the highlights off of this album, in my opinion. Blade is on Take Me By the Hand. This hook is...
Take me by the hand when the trouble calls a name.
The filtering too, the way it gets band past at times, it just it gives this feeling that the melody's being fades off and then comes back. You know, Blade does his thing too. Cool garage percussion. Yeah, it's just super sick. Harvest Sky with underscores. Not a big underscores fan, but she does deliver some super great features. But I'm gonna keep it real. And despite Oklou following the melody of the hook, like what the melody does, she sings in the same notes over it. I don't think she needed to do any more. I might be tripping. Soft pattern percussion. Kind of anthemic here. Most of this album, though, is super mellow and lo-fi. Barely raises her voice above a whisper when it comes to these. I think it was this one I wanted to show off. Shendo's at the end. I think that's the one I fucked with as well. Like, that's my third place pick. But make sure to go listen to this album. It's super great. It's super great. And apparently she's been at it for a while now. She used to be a DJ or whatever the case. Like, this is very good for the hyper pop, future pop landscape, whatever you want to call it. And it's mainstream accessible too. You could show this to people at, maybe not a party because it's too chill for that, but you feel me? On some passive shit. All right, number 3. I remember bumping this album for the first time in its entirety while doing some housework, probably vacuuming and shit, so I had it at full blast. This is by a vocalist who I think is super incredible. Like what she can do actually with her voice, her inflections, her range, like octave wise. And her music can get kind of freaky, I can't lie. Let's not even talk about her music videos, but yeah. I think when it comes to alternative pop, she's like one of the best for real. And this album is my favorite of hers so far. It's gonna be. Hold on. Hello? Oh my god, I just got so scared. I thought my mic wasn't recording. Anyways, Eusexua by FKA Twigs. Such a good album. The best way I can describe it, and I don't want to like compare it to an album like it's You Feel Me Can't Stand on its own, but to me this sounds like Brat by Charlie XCX for like goth kids. That's how I'd sum it up in a nutshell. I like Brat as well, but to me sometimes it's a little too, off its rocker. This album in comparison is definitely more tame, and like I said, the percussion's more, just like on the Oklou album, more delicate, more intricate, and yeah, it also has a lot of ambient elements in it, but I just consider this to be just an electro pop, a dance pop album that has this edge to it, that keeps you on edge. You feel me? The title track is probably the best song. Super techno vibes on this. And her ad-libs and harmonizing are also just gorgeous. Sticky, another great song.
Situation.
Some garage shit going on.
Me shy. Count to 1, 2, 3.
Everything is just so carefully assembled. Whatever the hell this is tough as fuck, bro. And the drums of death. The way it starts off, bro. The 2000s vibes. Few times to get around that track and the soft heart laughing like that. This is where like the glitch influence really starts to come. At the end, bro, just her sputtery, stuttering vocals. I wonder if she did that herself, you feel me? Or if it was the chorus person. But, yeah. The product itself. Super good. Super good. Yeah, that's Eusexua, bro. Make sure to go check it out if you're into just pop generally. Yeah. Boom. So far, it's been 3 pop albums. If we want to really, you feel me, use a overarching term for them, even though they're super different. You feel me? Second to last album I wanted to showcase, and I'll do some honorable mentions afterwards. This is the most recent album that's come out. And I just listened to it like 2 weeks after it released, or maybe even a month. So I'm fresh with the thing. And I don't think it's going to be a case of recency bias either, because it's so off its rocker. And the nigga, he's known to do some wild stuff, but this is probably the wildest shit he's ever done. And the people he assembled to help him with this album, the crafting it is... It's even out of my ballpark. It's above my pay grade when it comes to abstract EDM. Starburst by Danny Brown. This dude went to the most obscure corners of the EDM internet and hit up people to help it with the production and maybe even some vocals on these songs to just make the craziest stuff. And it's so esoteric to a point where casual Danny Brown fans just shit all over this album. I seen Danny Brown call people normies because they didn't fuck with the stuff, and it's just so hilarious to me. I do really enjoy it though. Maybe there's a handful of songs I can't get into because they're too much or too obnoxious, but the highlights outweigh that by so much. Yeah, I can't even explain that. Starburst, super sick. With them verses, got up the underground. Just straight up hyperpop, bro, and him doing his voice, which should be obnoxious, but it's wacky as fuck. His delivery is so great. Channel on them shot photographer in the coma. I rang like the coma. They sleeping like they. And shout out to Holly was actually on a lot of production credits on this album. Not sure if y'all can see that. Put myself to the left. Yeah, Holly was involved in the making of this album a lot, and he's a pretty well-known guy when it comes to bass music, and I love his music. So when I get up on him, I didn't know he could make shit like this. This is great. So I get what I want. Copycats was pretty wacky. Not the best one period, but I'm a pop star. Rock star, give me that rap star, pop star. Looking up the star chest, might go blind, can't block my shot. Give me that. Looking up the star chest, might. You could also argue that Danny Brown kind of took a backseat on his own album. I don't find it to be a bad thing, because he played more of a curator role. Like he did his Kanye West type thing, you know. Just putting so many producers together that are known for making weird shit. 1999 is probably the most offensive song on the whole album. I've never heard of John Askus. I'm familiar with Frost Children, Quadeca _ Femtanil, rings a bell, but the rest, and Jane, of course. This is like a hard stop, bro. Who won, but at what? In 1999, just the remnants of its ghost that has vanished from I might be safe here when it comes to copyright. I still don't want to play it to run the risk. Super nice song. First, I'm putting me first. Forget me not, stick to the plot for the morning glory. Honey's outer, go home to the honey sours. Maybe it's to be spoke. Keep going till it take me places. Your lies in that garden, got my own space like hand and Lift You Up, bro. He does this throwback like house thing, just randomly in the middle of the album. It's sick. No matter what I do, I can never get ahead. All about you, can you get it to your head? Got me seeing red. Think we need to take it slow. Like, what are those synths called? That OG house producers used to use. Moving too fast, think we need to take it slow. Damn my light just to see you glow. So you know what's up. It's just so chill, dog. I should probably mention this one. Just do it. We can ride to the wheels fall off. Some glitch pop. Send shotgun, it's about to pop off. Fire. Probably check out more of Frost Children, because that reminds me of Breakins a lot, and I love Breakins, especially his last album. I'ma come wherever you go. Hit me up, pull up. Tough. Femtanil, also a crash out artist. Lost it all, got my face. Ain't no need to rush, just gotta keep it up. Combining fucking noise with synth pop, I guess. Gorgeous ambient. And the Jane Remover collab. Of course, she's gonna deliver. Make me tear up, man, it's rap shit, save my life. By me, it was do or die. Beyond gorgeous. Who I really am, rewind and the tape my jam, so I had to let it play out. Star, didn't know I could make it this far. All I wanted was to spit those bars, and I made it here against all odds. All I wanted was to do it all for you. This real life can't make this up. Actually, I think I prefer this one over 1999. Can't believe I almost fucked this up. Almost crashed when I feel so blessed I passed that test. Know some build, I was living in hell, but now it's heaven on earth. So I spit this verse for you, all for you. His goofy voice, it should mix like oil and water. The heavenly ambiance in the back in his voice, but it, against all odds, it works. All for you. Now we do it all for you. All for you. Now we do it all for you. Now we do it all for you. All for you. That may even clear a lot off of Revenge Seekers, just production wise. I'm gonna keep it real, even though it's a straight ambient passage. Okay, that was that album. Make sure to go check it out in full. It's still packed full of surprises that I did not cover. But we have one last thing on the check, and it's by far the darkest LP of the bunch. It is technically, I will say, an EP, but it is an hour and 29-minute EP. The reason it was marketed that way, I presume, Anthony Fantano said it, is because this person kind of went outside their comfort zone and put together a esoteric thing that might not appeal to her core fan base. Therefore, it's not a full-length album, but an EP. You feel me? And this genre, when it comes to this genre, the pieces of music tend to be extremely long anyways. Like, I've seen 3.5-hour albums with a similar style to this one, falling under the same genre. Yeah, it is Perverts by Ethel, Cain. Now, it may be a surprise to many that I'm an Ethel Cain fan, But I like her Preacher's Daughter album a lot. The last one I'm not that big on, but it's still pretty decent. What she did here, though, kind of freaked me out, but I fell in love with it. Released also top of the year. Punish is the lead single and my favorite song. And this is a drone metal and noise, slightly noise inspired project, I'd say. Bone crushing riffs, singing that makes you ascend, lyrics that may be simple but just stick in your head for such a long time. It's terrifying, but it's also cathartic, and yeah, it makes you ascend. I'll say that again. I already featured this song in my top 50 most streamed songs video. This first half is like a piano passage with some ambiance in the back and her just, doing her thing vocally, which she also produced this thing entirely. Shout out. Right there's where it starts. That had me hovering over the ground for like a second or two. I want to listen to this on a plane at like 3 a.m., bro. Back down. It's probably Onanist and is the second highlight. Just the dejected piano passages are minimal and sparse, but it's just perfect. Listen to how her voice is like gated and filtered, bro. Jesus. And then this, bro. That searing noise thing. Goosebumps, straight up. The torture too, homie. One of the faintest songs, but once you actually start listening, it's terrifyingly beautiful. Yeah, this album blows everything else out the water that she's put out, despite me liking the what would you describe her sound as, bro? Fucking like folk influence, metal influence, pop, I guess. That feedback. It's like I'm listening to it for the first time again. That bass, there's like a ringing tone in there. The texture just overall, bro, just stellar. Let me stop glazing this shit. It's an album, a force to be reckoned with, for real. Shout out to Ethel Cain, and I pray she drops something like this again, bro. Fuck the normie girls that listen to her music. Like, I'm not telling her to dive headfirst into this sound and don't come back to the like typical shit she does, but she just hit it on the head, man. Shit. I I guess two more honorable mentions are Unmusic by Lucy Bedroque. Kind of crazy album. Well, no, it's a kind of insane album. Rage inspired, like hyper pop adjacent thing. Even for me, it's a little too much at points, but that just shows my age. I'm pushing 24, so I know this is teenager music, so I may not get the appeal to some of the more out there, you feel me? But overall, like the vocals, I think they produced a lot of that album as well, if not all of it. And yeah, it's pretty good. I think the way that they like they blend rage and the hyperpop stuff, the more extreme stuff. I think it fits super well. And Revenge Seekers by Jane Remover is my second honorable mention. Unfortunately got bumped out of my top 5, but still very, very good. The engineering, it's almost up there with The Weeknd. I can't lie. Whoever engineered that shit. I thought it was her initially, but a homie told me otherwise. Shout out to that engineer as well, especially with those maximalist backdrops that she was riding on with her vocals. Yeah. Also draws from rage and hyperpop and all this other shit, just EDM straight up. Also an album that is intoxicating in its own way and catchy and goes through so many phases, and yeah, it just maxes out at so many points. Yeah. Okay. That should be it for this vid, bro. Make sure to check out these albums, homie. I hope everyone had a nice Christmas, and I wish all of you a happy new year. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I will leave all the links to these albums in the description box below, and I guess I'll see you on 2026. Take care.